What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about where and when you can watch the Modern Warfare 2 global reveal, some spicy updates about the game, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War Year 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. Today, May 9th, is the last day you could save 30% off any order over on G Fuel's website when you go ahead and use code Dynamite, but don't worry, there will be another code boost at the end of May as well. And for the rest of May, you can also save $50 off any order over $200 over at aimcontrollers.com when you also use code Dynamite. And after that, it'll of course be 10% off any order over $50. That's just the way that the cycles go, but I'll keep you guys posted with whenever there are some other code boosts. Now, the other day, I also saw this tweet by Charlie Intel, which says an ice sculpture of the Modern Warfare 2 logo was created by Akamoto Studio. And yeah, the logo is sick. Like I mentioned before in my previous Modern Warfare 2 video, right when they revealed that logo and the sound effect of night vision goggles turning on, I'm like, all right, they got me there. I mean, my nostalgia goggles are probably on here, but the logo is just sexy. I want to get a snapback or some type of new era hat with that logo on it. That's how sick it looks. Hopefully it sets the tone for how good the game will also be. Fingers crossed on that one. But also, as confirmed by Charlie Intel, the official Modern Warfare 2 website was recently added to the Call of Duty site. So there's no new info on the site itself, but there is a sign up button at the bottom to give yourself email updates on everything going on with the upcoming Modern Warfare release. So I'll have the website linked down below in the description. I'm sure it'll be the same place where you can eventually pre-order the game, of course. That'll probably be announced in the next, 3 to 4 weeks. And then from there, there'll probably be some other cosmetics, XP bonuses, and other things that will be pretty spicy over on there. Now, as confirmed by gaming scooper Tom Henderson, Charlie Intel also backed it up. Modern Warfare 2's reveal is expected to happen in June. And it's funny how other gaming scoopers like Ralph also said the same thing, but they waited until Tom Henderson said it, which is pretty strange, but I guess that's fine. And other than that, I know there was a rumor about May 30th being some type of important day for Modern Warfare 2's reveal, but that's Memorial Day. I don't think it makes any sense at all for Activision to go ahead and market what they expect to be a banger Call of Duty on a national holiday. So with that, I think June or early June at the most is going to be when we end up getting our full global reveal. But there's more information than that. So we then have a claim from Ralph's Valve, which came out before this Charlie Intel tweet, stating to mark your calendars for June 9th, Summer Games Fest. If an IMAX theater is available to you, go. The auditory experience alone will leave you in absolute awe. Hashtag Modern Warfare 2. We're assuming Ralph already saw whatever this footage is, but if you guys are like, wait a second, Summer Games Fest, IMAX, what are you talking about? Well, it was announced that Summer Games Fest this year will be available in select IMAX theaters for the ultimate viewing experience. And that's insane. I would love to attend that, but what I'll probably end up doing is streaming the entirety of Summer Games Fest so we can react together live on stream like we always do each and every year there's a big gaming event. But yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and say, all right, I'm not going to watch it on YouTube or Facebook or Twitch or anywhere else this year, I want to watch it in an IMAX theater, then apparently there is going to be some Modern Warfare 2 footage being shown over there. Now, it's unclear if it's going to be additional gameplay footage or like a story trailer at the event itself, or is this the full reveal? Maybe the rumor that Tom claimed, or the confirmation, I guess you could say, if he's verified by Charlie Intel, I guess the information about early June is actually specifically June 9th. So Summer Games Fest may be the first time we see an actual reveal for Modern Warfare 2. But considering the rumor that Vanguard's apparently not getting a Season 6, also considering the rumor that Modern Warfare 2 is going to release fairly early, might end up releasing as one of the earliest released Call of Duties to date, then you could safely assume that if we get all this info and these reveal trailers and story cinematics in early June, we're probably going to end up getting a full multiplayer reveal very early in July, so that an alpha and a beta could happen much sooner than usual. That's my guess right now based on the information that has been presented to us by the press, by a bunch of gaming journalists, by leakers, etc. Now, we also have a claim from Ralph's Valve that Sarah Schechner, I probably said her name wrong, excuse me, is set to return and compose Modern Warfare 2's score. Now, I do like the soundtrack for Modern Warfare 2019. It does have a bit of a catchy vibe to it. Still stuck in my head to this day because of how much Warzone I do play, but with that, I think that's great. I mean, she did a good job with the first one, hopefully does an even better job with the second one, and there are some shoes to fill though, right? I definitely love the score from the original Modern Warfare 2, 2009. That score was beautiful. Hans Zimmer composed parts of the main theme, but another woman also went ahead and did the rest of the theme and the rest of the score for every single other campaign mission, which was great. So she did a fantastic job. So did Hans Zimmer, and that soundtrack might just be a top 3 in gaming history. So hopefully Modern Warfare 2 sets the bar even higher for what a gaming score should be like. I'm excited to hear it. Now, Now, we also have a claim from the Ghost of Hope, another gaming scooper, that this is the list of all Call of Duty studios credited for working on Modern Warfare 2. So obviously Activision, the publisher. Underneath them we have Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Toys for Bob, Beanox, High Moon, Solid State, Digital Legends, Demonware, Activision Shanghai, Raven, and even Sledgehammer. Now, to what extent Treyarch and Sledgehammer are working on Modern Warfare 2 is unknown. It's very likely just a couple of people from each of those studios polishing up some loose ends and some areas that need a little bit of work. Likely not going to be a full-on crossover collaboration where Treyarch or Sledgehammer are working on an entire mode or something, but maybe they are working on something big that we just don't know about, or they're helping with the expansive mode that is currently codenamed DMZ, the Escape from Tarkov equivalent. I'll keep you guys posted with exactly what those studios are working on. But speaking of DMZ, we then have a report from the Ghost of Hope again that the third mode, DMZ, will launch in beta. Something like the DMZ doesn't become final until the general public has gotten hands on it. It's a large mode that needs maintenance. He also said so many people misunderstood this, as it seems it is launching in beta, launching with a full game, aka with campaign and multiplayer. I have no clue whether it'll be a part of the beta or not. Warzone was also in beta for a few months at release in March 2020. So isn't Fortnite still in beta to this day? I mean, it doesn't really mean that much, but I think the mode is just bound to get better over time after a couple of months of feedback. And yeah, if it's featured in the actual multiplayer beta, which I'm sure it won't be, they might pull a blackout where it gets a separate beta on its own 2 feet. If they do that, they can get a lot of feedback ahead of time to make sure that at launch, the game mode is the best that it possibly can be. Now, another very important tweet you guys need to see is something that was put together as a concept by Fozzy. Ghost of Hope then quoted it by saying, "Can't wait for everybody to see why this menu is so important and what I mean when I say, as we get closer to the release of Modern Warfare 2, great work as always." So this concept is a bit of a follow-up to something we talked about a good, 2 months ago, which is that Call of Duty 2.0, which got confirmed by Activision already, is apparently going to have a Disney Plus-like hub application releasing at some point in the future, which does convey all the currently active Call of Duties at once, might allow you to do a seamless transition from one to another, kind of similar, but a better version to the main menu we currently have across Warzone, Cold War, Vanguard. They allow you to kind of switch from one game pretty quickly, and we're also going to have a new social space in this hub application showing you exactly what friends are playing, what game mode. It's supposedly the future of Call of Duty and likely also ties into the rumored Call of Duty subscription service, which if I had to predict anything about, I would say maybe you pay, $15 a month or something, and when you pay that fee, you'll get access to all of the currently active CODs through this hub application for just that one price, instead of having to individually buy all the Call of Duties for, $60-70. That could be hell of a deal. Might even give you a discount on battle passes or give you free COD points. I mean, I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, keep expectations pretty reasonable. I think something like that could be done very well under Microsoft leadership, maybe not Activision and Bobby Kotick, but this is going to be huge, and it's unclear when this is going to come out. I just have to assume that something like this, something this big, I should say, could end up dropping with the game that's supposedly as big as Modern Warfare 2. If not then I think when Warzone 2 rolls around in rumored to be March 2023, that could be a good time for something like this to also come out. But in regards to a Call of Duty subscription service, as I talked about before, we don't want to be at their mercy to where all of a sudden they're like, all right, we're not going to update the game that much. We don't really own the game either, so we'll just do as we please and drop a map every 3 months, or just have the seasonal structure be very watered down to where it's not as content filled as the seasons that we got for Black Ops Cold War, for example. Another thing too, like I always mention, is be careful what you wish for when it comes to a Modern Warfare 2 Year 2 and the fact there won't be a premium game in 2023. We know about several rumored projects by now that supposedly are dropping in 2023 to fill that void. Rumored remaster, standalone zombies project. We already know about that. We talked about that before. But with Modern Warfare 2 getting a Year 2, does that mean that instead of having 6 content-filled seasons, we end up just getting 12, but really in terms of content, it's still 6 seasons just cut in half? So that's what I hope we don't get, and with the COD subscription service, I hope that also doesn't lead to something like that, where we start getting maybe the same amount of content as we're getting for Vanguard, or even as much content as we got for Cold War, but just spread thin and spread across a 24-month period instead of the usual, 9 to 10? So let's see what happens with that, but I think under the right leadership, a subscription model could end up proving to be the future of Call of Duty as we know it, which is what Activision likely wants anyway. Now, another interesting claim from the Ghost of Hope is that he wouldn't doubt a Modern Warfare 2 reveal trailer gets added to the Warzone files with Season 3 Reloaded, happening on 25th, 26th of May. Similar to how seasonal cinematics do. Don't expect it to be data mined or anything though, as it will be encrypted and all of that. As far as I know, there is no Warzone event. And yeah, I wouldn't expect there to be a Warzone event, not just because Modern Warfare 2 is not getting integrated, but I think they expect this game's marketing to be really on point without the need for a live event in something like Caldera. And also, how would Caldera really tie into Modern Warfare 2 anyway? I don't think it really would. And that's why I said before in previous videos, when DMZ comes out and just Modern Warfare 2 altogether, that'll be the focus and the spotlight of attention for months. I think Warzone 1 at least will kind of be put to rest. They won't really talk about it or promote it much, and they won't really mention Warzone again until the sequel to it comes out in early 2023, likely the 3-year anniversary of Verdansk. Now, there was a good suggestion from Phantom Ice over on Twitter where he mentions that he thinks a large portion of the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer maps will be similar to the DLC maps of MWII 2019, Infinity Ward's take on the medium size with 3-lane design, which I would say is not as copy-paste or restricted as the map design we saw from Advanced Warfare to Black Ops 4. And yeah, we already actually have backup to an idea like this from gaming scoopers like the Ghost of Hope, claiming that maps such as Cheshire Park, Hackney Yard, Gunrunner, Shoot House, Hovig Sawmill, Candor Hideout are the type of maps you should be seeing in Modern Warfare 2, which is good because I'm not saying that all maps have to be 3-lane or all maps have to feel the same or very cartoony or arcadey. Not saying that at all, but Modern Warfare 2019's map design wasn't very good, and either the maps were too big or just poorly designed to where players out there were just catered to camping, and players out there sat in windows and put claymores by doors, and that just wasn't enjoyable. A lot of people out there just didn't like that, and if the data that we saw pop up the other day is correct, then yeah, a lot of people out there just did not like what Modern Warfare multiplayer was doing. However, a lot of the DLC maps they added in were pretty fun, and I actually enjoyed some of them and figured that they were actually more replayable than pretty much all of the launch maps. So I'm hoping that MW2 takes a lot of notes from the first MW and really improves the multiplayer experience. But last and definitely not least, one final tweet from the Ghost of Hope. He posted a lot of information over the past couple days, so I get it. If you guys are like, why are you just reading tweets? No, we're talking about reports, whether they come from websites, whether they come from scoopers on their own blogs, whether they come from Twitter. We're going to talk about everything. But you went ahead and said, Treyarch are the GOATs for what they're cooking up. They don't want to say anything further than this, and if we had to guess what this is, it's probably something happening in 2023, because I highly doubt that Activision's like, yeah, we'll just take a 2.5-year break off from zombies. I think something big and zombies related is coming in 2023 before the launch of their next Black Ops game in 2024. And that's all still a rumor in terms of their next COD being delayed by a year, but hey, if they can pull something out for 2023 to sit alongside Modern Warfare 2 Year 2, so that if you guys don't like that game, you have something else you could play that's COD related, that'll be fantastic. The more the merrier. Everybody out there who prefers one style over another can eat well. And then maybe less than a year from that, we get the next Black Ops game that also will probably get a year 2 as well. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the upcoming IMAX reveal for Modern Warfare 2? How are you feeling about the other details about the game that got revealed and the rest of the reports we went over? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.